Hey guys, Josh here. I get this a lot when I'm on my boat. Everybody asks, how do I tie my leader line to my braid? So I'm going to show you by using this here. This is a big green wire, and then I got a brown wire, pretty much speaker wire. I'm going to show you because it's easy to see on the phone here how I tie it. I use what is called a double uni knot. So let's jump right into it. All right, guys, here we go. So basically what you want to do is have, since this is heavy gauge, I'm going to be using a pair of these, but you want to get a good pair of clippers with you. So we're going to say the green is the braid. The brown here is the fluorocarbon. So what we're going to do is tie the double uni knot. So what I do is I get the braid and the fluorocarbon. I line them up about like that, and I try to go about a foot on each side. So a foot on each side if you take the middle. And what I do is I take and make the braid a loop, just like that. Fluorocarbon braid. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap that dude. We're going to wrap that dude 4 times, just like that. And we're just going to pull it up like that. We're not going to snug it down too tight. Then what we're going to do on the other side is we're going to take the fluorocarbon. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a loop. Just come around and make a loop around the braid and fluorocarbon, just like that. And we're going to pull it up. We're not going to snug it. And then what we're going to do, you should have 2 ends that look like that right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull the 2 together, just like that, and cinch it down. Now that knot, I've never had that knot break. This is what I use to tie my fluorocarbon to my braid. And then what you want to do is you want to take your clippers and you want to cut it really close to the tag right there. Just like that. Just like that. And that will give you the perfect knot for your braid and your fluorocarbon leader. I mean, that dude is tight. That ain't breaking. And that's how we tie it together. And then what I do is I give myself about 5 to 6 foot of fluorocarbon, 5 to 6 foot of fluorocarbon leader, and I cut it down. And then what I do is I tie my, let me show you how I tie my jig head. All right, I found this here. It's kind of big enough. This is only for demonstrational purposes, so to show you how I tie my knot. So I take my eye on my jig head and I go through the hole, and I give myself, I take and pull my tag just like that. And what I do is I take my finger and I wrap it around my finger and just twist, just like that right there. And then I come back through and I cinch it down. Boom, just like that. And then I take the tag off of it, and that's what you call a single uni knot, and that holds that jig head perfectly in the water every time. And then what I do is I run up and I put my split shot 8 inches above my jig, and that's the rig I run. As you can see here, I got a precision cast crappie rod by Catch the Fever. This is the 8-footer. Here's my fluorocarbon leader. There is my number 5 split shot. And then there is my jig. And it really does help in that super clear water. Right here is the leader knot. I don't know how well you can see that leader knot, but that goes through the eyes really good. It doesn't hang on nothing. And like I said, it is so stout, you ain't gonna break it. The reason why I run braid is because I want the braid will cast. This is a micro braid. This is a 10-pound test micro braid, and this stuff will cast like you won't believe. And it's super ultra strong and sensitive. So that's why I run the braid. And then the fluorocarbon leader, I use the fluorocarbon leader in clear water situations. You do not need fluorocarbon leaders in dirty water situations. The fish won't see it. But for the purposes of clear water, most of the lakes I fish are pretty clean. I use that fluorocarbon leader. It's almost absolute must in clear water situations. And that's pretty much the gist of it. That's pretty much all that I run. And that lead, let me explain to you. I see a lot of guys running slip stops on this and a big heavy sinker. Think about it. Think about this, and I may be totally wrong, just my opinion. So don't kill me for my opinion here. You take a shock absorber in a vehicle, and you put a piece of rubber here and a piece of rubber here, and the shaft goes through the. Okay, and then you cinch them down, boom, onto that slip cord. Them two pieces of rubber, they do what? To me, in my mind, they dampen the vibration coming in this line. So if that fish barely bites it, them rubber act as a dampener. They're going to absorb that vibration, so you don't really feel that super ultra fine light bite. A lot of people says, yes, that split shot, it crimps the fluorocarbon, causes a weak spot. Don't crimp it down real tight. You notice the split shot slides real easy. See that? Slides real easy. Don't crimp it down so tight that it crushes your fluorocarbon and breaks your fluorocarbon. I've never had a fish break it at the weight right there. So make sure that you do that. But think about that. If you got that great big weight on there with them rubber Slipstop, all you're doing is taking away from the sensitivity of that line in that ultra super light bite. And sometimes them giant fish, you don't feel them bite at all. So try that, and let's see if that helps you catch fish. All right, guys, if you like the video on how to like tie knots, how to set up your live scope, how to adjust your graphs and stuff, how-to videos. If you like that, give me a subscribe and follow me. I'm going to be doing a lot of these little videos, and I hope this helps somebody. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do things. It's just how I do things. So enjoy, and until then, we'll see you out on the water.